It's... Okay, well, welcome everybody to another great episode of So Get This. And tonight's very special because I have the lovely Ruth Connell with us. Hey, Ruth!
Hi. Thanks for having
Thanks
me.
for hanging with us.
I've never done this before, so this is my first.
Wow. Really?
I'm very
This is
old
your first
school.
what?
My first hangout. My first hangout. Is that what you guys say? Hang
Your
out.
first hangout. Oh, well, I'm honored. Your first hangout. And wow, so exciting. So we have some of our viewers who are going to be typing in their questions for you. And in the meantime, what I wanted to do really quickly is just give a quick shout out to our SPN family members. For example, the Winchester Brothers and Instigator, our lovely hosts of our show, as well as Chicky and Bean and Posh Geekery, and a very special happy birthday to Kanga, who will hopefully be joining us soon. You ready for questions?
I am. I don't know if everyone else has been looking at this video Mark's put on he's put this video on Facebook and on Instagram. That's what I was doing before I came on, just laughing at him doing his little dance, doing his little boogie. So yeah. Just wanted to draw everyone's attention to that. I'm sure everyone is already well aware, but it made me really laugh. He's very happy just then.
Okay, well, let's see. What were your expectations when you first started filming Supernatural? What did you have in mind versus what the reality was thereafter? Your impressions before and what actually happened?
Um, Gosh, throwing myself back to last kind of June, July. I don't know what my expectations were about the actual filming, but my first day on the set, it was the first day of filming of the season, but it was for episode 3, which was Sole Survivor. And so Jensen was directing it. So not only was I doing my first day's filming, I was meeting and working with Jensen straight away. And I'll be honest, it took every bit of my experience and training and age and everything just to hold my shit together. Just to like, I didn't have to do very much. I just, picked up a glass, a drink of whiskey, and honestly just tried not to fall out of the seat. And my first impression was that things were very, very organised, and the crew had been there for years, and very smooth, and the set was very quiet and respectful around Jensen. And so I suppose most of my experience filming in America has been on independent movies and stuff, where it's been a bit more ramshackle. So that would be the main difference. Was the professionalism and the kind of atmosphere. I liked it. Like it kind of exceeded my expectations, and I really liked it. And honestly, everything else is probably just a bit of a blind white panic that I can't actually even really remember. Thank goodness that was all I had to do the first episode. That was enough to go there and do that scene in the chair and get fitted for my costumes. And it's not very obvious from the lovely piece of film that you can see in that episode, but I'm actually on a booster seat. So I learned that as well that day, that I learned that I probably pretty much always need a booster seat when I'm sitting down filming, because I'm a short horse.
You have an incredibly rich, diverse background. You've done dance, you've done theater, you've done film, TV. You were nominated for Best Leading Actress in the 2013 Broadway World Los Angeles Awards. Do you prefer one medium over another?
I just love it all. I'm just such a geek about it all. I love doing voiceovers. I used to get a kick, in London when I was working and building my CV up. I would do corporate role play work.
Mm-hmm.
I used to get a kick out of doing an improvisation in a corporate role play situation. I felt like I'm a working actor, that was my ambition, is to be a working actor. So whatever it is, I'm really excited by it. I used to be a dancer, as you said, so I do the discipline of filming, of hitting your mark and being very disciplined. That really, but being playful within that really, it really appeals to me, and I'm enjoying, because TV is known for being faster than film, and I actually quite, I think it quite, like I like it. So I don't know if it's my favourite, but I'm definitely really enjoying every single episode I've done. I've really enjoyed working with the different directors. That's another amazing thing. But obviously working with the boys and the other guest stars that have been amazing, like Terrell, who's my pal now, and Rachel, who wasn't in any of my scenes, but Rachel, who played the young nun in the last episode, and gosh, I just love it. I love it all. I'm glad I'm not a dancer anymore. I'm glad I don't have to torture my body. That's one thing I will say. I'm like, oh, doing my stress. Oh, I'm glad I don't punish myself in that way anymore.
Well, it served you well, because watching you in these beautiful costumes on the show keeps me thinking, man, I need to go work out. So
I watch myself and I go, man, I need to go work out. These costumes cover a multitude of sins, let me tell you.
You've created such an incredibly rich character in Rowena. Just with a look, you can convey so much without even speaking. It's incredible. Did you have any particular inspirations for that character? What did you bring into that character?
Okay, I feel like Rowena is an amalgamation of every kind of piece of frustration and vehemence and angst and every kind of emotion like that I've ever felt myself. I feel like I can channel all of that into Rowena. And what I love with what the writers and producers have created is a character that she's playful as well. So there's so much scope for fun. So I haven't. There's lots of little pieces of inspiration here and there, and sometimes I'll say if I maybe do a tiny little ad lib of a word, it might be a slight someday in my life or something that I've remembered, like maybe just for that one moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I called him a wee sausage, that was for my friend Terry, who calls me her little sausage, and it came out of my mouth at that point, and it really, I loved that the fans seemed to love that, and I thought, yes. I knew this was a good phrase. I knew this was a keeper, and I'm glad that the SPN family seem to think so too. So I use all kinds of inspiration from my own life, and I just got a movie I ordered, Little Foxes, which is Betty Davis, and I'm going to watch that. I'm always like a magpie, looking at these powerful women. I watched All About Eve, but any kind of old movie as well. I think Rowena's from a different era. And then I just saw a play. I just saw a play on Friday night in LA called Dunsinane by the National Theatre of Scotland and the Royal Shakespeare Company, and Siobhan Redmond's in it, and she's playing a Scottish queen who people think she's a bit of a witch. And at one point she even had her hair like mine and like a blue medieval gown, and I just like, gosh, there's inspiration everywhere. Like I took something from what I saw her do, something will stay with you. And so I can't say that it's based on one thing. It's great to have this kind of part where I can just shove every kind of piece of experience and see what comes out according to what's written, of course, with the writers. So that's a very long-winded answer, isn't it?
Well, that's a huge artistic feat. It's an amalgamation of all of these different facets of you. That's really, really.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Rather than like going old. We looked at Angelica Houston, the Grifters, Angelica Houston, that kind of mother, and I've definitely thought about those kinds of women, those kinds of mothers. I've definitely thought about. I suppose I can't say that it's based on three things. It's based on a gazillion things, and obviously everything the writers have written. And then I watched so many episodes of the show as well. Some of it's based on the kind of flavour and atmosphere of the show, which I just love. I love it. I love it so much. I totally do. I love it.
That's
It's one of the
fantastic.
best roles I've ever had to play, and I love it.
Do you have any projects that you're working on that you'd like to talk about?
I've really been working on Supernatural. Um, it's kind of taken over my world, and I'm glad. Like I wanted that kind of job. I'm really glad of it, and I love all the like on the online stuff that we're doing just now. Everything like that around it. So like I spent time last week doing interviews. Warner Brothers set up, for the episode, and I love everything to do with it, around it, and so I did film something during Supernatural at the end of last year, an independent film that my friend was making called Harakiri. My friend Henry Alberto, who's on Twitter, he's my dear pal, and it was a dogma style movie. But again, I'm playing another terrible mother. I'm like the nomination I got.
Are you being typecast?
The nomination I got for the play, I was playing a terrible mother,
Oh
and
wow.
I'm not a mother, and hopefully I wouldn't be a terrible one. So I don't know what's happening with that. But so Harakiri is the opposite of Supernatural in a way. There's very little sets, no special effects, not even lighting. So God knows what I look like in it. There was vodka in my fridge at the freezer at the time, and I found that, and you can use whatever you find on set. So I ended up having a little bit of vodka during it. So it was kind of like the opposite of any kind of filming I do in Supernatural. It was just this crazy kind of improvised dogma style ride. It was amazing. So I'm interested to see that'll be coming out later on this year. So I'm interested to see that. And I did another film called The Cursed Man. I just got a little role in it, but really lovely director. And again, it's a kind of crazy, funny horror thing. I don't know if I describe it, based on a cult novel by Keith Rummel, who's lovely. So those are the only two things I did in 2014, because I was just so busy with Supernatural, and so yes, I don't have many other projects to talk about. I'm afraid not right now. Hopefully now, if somebody sees me Supernatural, hopefully I'll get another job at some point.
For
Maybe.
sure of it, and part of that is getting you into the creation convention circuit.
Oh
Because
yeah.
you are
I'm
missed.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of the Supernatural conventions. I was aware of Comic Con, but I still hadn't ever been to one. So I'm booked for Asylum in Birmingham. Uh,
Okay.
there's going to be a lot of British people there at that one probably. And then I'm booked for the Winchester Brothers one. I think it's in Spain. And then I'm booked for Toronto. So I'm really excited to visit Toronto. And I've never been there. And Chicago, I love Chicago. So those are the only ones that I know I'm booked for so far. So yeah, if people want me at conventions, I want to go Russia, Australia, South
Oh,
America. I want to go everywhere and all over America. I want to meet everyone. I want to do it. I want to do it as much as I can. So please do tweet or annoy, pester the organizer of conventions on my behalf.
we
Yeah.
will gladly do so.
Be like, oh, Rowena, we need Rowena in our life. And I'll happily, I can't wait to, I see Mark, when we were filming, and he pops off to a convention and comes back, and I would love that as well, to be doing that and see, I hear, like, I can see things on Twitter and I see the singing and the stuff and the carry on, and I'm just like, I can't wait. I can't wait to. I'm terrified. I mean, I don't know what I will do. I don't know how I can join in and all that, but I'm sure it'll come out in the wash. I'm sure it'll maybe be a natural progression where it transpires as we work out how, what I can add or offer to the proceedings. Maybe. Let's see.
You'll be in very, very good company. They will ease you in. Trust me. All you need is a couple of swigs of whiskey. Get on that stage and karaoke, and it's all downhill from there. You'll be fine.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, what songs would Rowena would sing things like "I Want to Be Evil," and I quite like people's suggestions of songs. If that does happen, then I can go away and have a look at those songs. Enjoy
Oh,
Rowena appropriate songs.
oh yeah, we got to think about that. Um, Man, oh God, they're all escaping me, and I had all these great titles, and they just left me.
Yeah, I mean, One of Evil's definitely got to be in there somewhere. And
The Evil Woman.
Evil Woman, how does that go?
It's an old '70s song, so now my age is showing. Who did that? Was it ELO? It might have been ELO.
I don't know. You send me a link so I can have a little.
So you're gonna have to Google that one later. The Evil Woman, and listen to it. That's the whole chorus. Oh, we have some people popping in chat.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
we have Carrie, who is saying hi from upstate New York. And we have Neela43, who I believe is saying she's from Manila. If I'm correct in that, correct me please, Neela. And we have Julia Lambert from New Brunswick, Canada, saying hi. And yeah, Neela is saying she would love to see you at a con. We all would. We all totally would.
Do they add in their questions as well? Or?
Yeah, we're trying to get some questions in. We have someone who's not logged in. They're in as a guest saying, hello, Ruth/Rowena. Ruth is here to take your questions, so let's get those questions in. Come on, guys. In the meantime, how about, I have another one. You're stranded on an island.
Okay.
And you could only have one supernatural character with you for all of eternity on this stranded island. Who would you have there and why?
No pressure then, huh?
No, good.
Just one other supernatural.
That's one. Just one.
Oh man. I mean, I think Sheriff Jodie Mills, she'd be practical, wouldn't she?
Oh,
She would sort it out. I mean, I do think Jared's so tall. You know, he could probably wave for help. He'd be the best.
You can kind of stand on his shoulders to flag down a plane, right?
It's a close contest. Jodie and Jared. From Sam and Jodie.
You know, it's funny because Brianna Buckmaster, when we interviewed her about a month ago or so, she also said Jodie Mills.
Yeah, I mean,
Stranded Island choice.
Yeah, she works. They work together. I haven't met her yet. I hope and I mean, in a good way, I hope I meet her. In a bad way, like I don't want my character to cross paths with her because it'd probably be quite bad for my character. But you know, I think she seems like a diamond of a woman. I follow her on Twitter. She's hysterical. Both of them, and Brianna as well. She's really. And I met Brianna in Vancouver. She was absolutely lovely, and I didn't know she was a young mum. And, a wee girl with her on set, and she's absolutely lovely.
Yeah. We do have some questions coming in from Neela, who is not from Manila. That's her name, and if I'm mispronouncing it, I apologize. She would like to know if you had already known anybody at Supernatural before you started.
Nope. I hadn't even ever been into the casting office. There was nothing, there wasn't even a remote connection at all, other than Supernatural was on my list of things to watch because I'm interested in stuff like that. And I felt like I recognized Mark. You know, he was one of those faces, you know, as a British actor. I feel like something about Mark had registered with me before. But no, and it's amazing because everyone makes you feel so at home quickly. Even if you're there as a co-star for one day, I feel like everyone gets that kind of experience and treatment. And I just was in the casting office the other day at UDP, and Richard and Alex, they're just lovely people. They're real supporters of me and me of them, and just amazing that that you can make those friends and through work. You know, some people that you genuinely really like and admire, and it's so nice when everything from the top, from Bob Singer. I love Bob, he's hysterical. You know, right down through right to casting. It's all the new people I've met. It's been probably the best thing about the job. You know,
It,
and then now I'll get to meet all the fans as well.
it does seem like everybody on the show has this really amazing chemistry, and that the chemistry you see on screen also exists off screen, that everybody seems to be very close knit and genuine towards each other.
Yeah, I think it comes from the top, and I think Jared and Jensen, they work hard at being fresh, and they bring a fresh attitude every day of filming. Um, they turn up their own point, and I think, you know, they set the tone, and it follows that everyone else uh, brings the same level of professionalism, but also, you know, warmth as well. And yeah, it's a real. I know not every show is like this. It's not every show is like this at all. I know from my friends who are working on different shows, it really is a credit to to Jeremy and Bob and everyone at the top. You know, the whole thing filters down, and Jared and Jensen especially setting the tone, and then you know the crew, everyone that you don't see, how they all handle themselves, and yeah, it's great, and it's so great to make friends with Mark. He really was kind to me when I first got there, and yeah, I'm just getting to know Misha a little bit now, and it's great. Yeah, it's not it's nice to be able to say it genuinely and not for it to be like what you have to say because you're working on a show. It genuinely is that what you see is what you get
Hmm.
with the guys. You know that because they couldn't pretend that much at all the conventions and all they couldn't keep that kind of
No, because that's too much. Because they would be on 24/7. That's not possible to sustain.
up. So you know, I'm sure there are quiet moments and everything on their own, but no, it's a great company to be in. I'm very grateful.
We have some more questions coming in. Let's see.
I'm drinking water, by the way. It looks dodgy because I've got lime, and it's not vodka or wine. I'm drinking water. Just
Of course, yeah. um, I'm sorry, I have to scroll back up because we've actually got a lot of action going on over here. Um, we have a comment from Julia Lambert who says you are a great addition to the show and that you rock. And Amanda would like to know what was your favorite scene to film so far?
wow, that's a tough one. There's been so many that are fun. I mean, really, tomorrow night Inside Man. There's a scene in that. I hope. I mean, you never know what take they use or how it comes over on camera and the edit. You know, you don't know how it's going to. There's a scene tomorrow between. Well, I don't want to say too much, but there's a scene I'm quite proud of. I think. I hope Mark is as well. And tomorrow, that I'm looking forward to seeing. And there's some really fun stuff in Inside Man. And my friend Rashad, he directed the episode. Rashad Ernesto Green, he directed it, and it's a very full episode from what I can see, even with the previews. And Jeremy just put out a clip earlier on today, and you see me. That's the bit where Dean's got me over the bar. So some of the scenes from Inside Man are which is tomorrow, are some of my favourite scenes. It's impossible. I mean, the first scene where I was chained up and I met Mark for the first time.
You met him when you were chained up.
Yeah, and I meowed at him, and it took a lot of courage to. It was a little bit of an improvisation, and it took a lot of courage to do it. But it kind of, I still. It's funny because it's way back when. I still have quite fond memories of just that and just meeting him for the first time and he was so positive about me afterwards. It was a real lovely way to finish that. That was my first speaking episode.
Oh.
So that was a real kind of fond memory. And everything else in between, I kind of like, there's so many episodes, I'm like, oh. And I did like the scene in Girls, Girls, Girls where I said, you know, I'm hungry, you know, killing demons always makes me hungry. And then that was one of my first days of filming, and the crew, when I did the rehearsal, the crew laughed. And that was one of my favourite moments in my time in Supernatural, and I now know, because the crew have seen it all, you know, if they're with you when you do something and you hit a moment, then you kind of think, you know it's all right. Do you know
Mhm.
what I mean? You're going to be okay. So that's another one of my favourite moments, just from the very beginning. So that's a long time ago now. But I don't know if I can say it's one particular scene. So watch Inside Man and let me know what your favourite scenes are, because I think there are some crackers.
Oh, we will. Trust me, we will. We will be watching at the edge of our seats tomorrow. Let's see what else we've got going on over here. We have someone who has not logged in. They are a guest, and they wrote, "Please don't leave the show. I am Lily." Oh, her name's Lily. "I follow you on Twitter. You're the coolest character on the show besides J&J." Well,
That's right.
all
I
right.
don't even matter. I don't
All
really
right,
matter.
Lily. um, let's see what else. We have a lot. Wow, I'm really proud of you guys. Okay. Um, Maphill or Mayfill, forgive me for massacring your name, is writing hello from Louisiana. Ruthie, I love Rita. "Do you think she truly loves Crowley, or is it all manipulation?"
It's complicated.
It's,
It's
that sums it up.
yeah, it's complicated, and I think it changes. I think it twists and turns, and I think you can have some feelings and you can suppress feelings, and I'm very interested in that, and I have my opinion about that. I
Mhm.
don't much as my opinion because what the writers, write and how it's being crafted, I think quite a lot will be revealed, so I don't want to spoil it. I
Okay.
just, for me, there are moments like, for instance, I said it before, but when he killed Gerald, when Gerald was strangling me, and he had to step in and save me. And
Mhm.
that something in him made him do that. And I think when I said thank you, I meant it. I think I can see all the time as we're reading, I'm thinking I can use him for this, I can use him for this. Then there are moments where I go, that's my boy. He actually is evil enough. And I do think that there's that maternal thing where I am genuinely being like, come on, you're sucking up to these Winchesters. You're doing everything they say. You're not being nasty enough as the King of Hell. There's something real within that. And
What the hell of a life coach?
yeah, I mean, I'm one of you. Yes, if you masochist, get Rowena, she'll coach you.
Hey, I think I need you in my classroom, actually.
You're a middle school teacher, huh? Is that right?
Yeah,
What age is that?
kids motivated.
How old are you, the kids you teach?
They range from 10 to 12.
Oh, cool. Is that a nice age?
I teach math.
Wow.
Yeah, that was an accident. That was a cosmic error.
I love maths at school. We call it
Good.
math. You guys say math. We say maths. We put an S in the end, I don't know why. But I loved it. And it's all because it depends on the teacher you have, isn't it, as well? It depends if you've got a good teacher, which I'm sure you must be.
It does. It makes a huge difference depending on who's teaching, because when I was in middle school, my teacher was brutal. And I developed a math block for years. And then when my principal said, "Oh, you're going to be teaching math," I kind of like, well, I was hired to teach English, but you don't know what you're getting yourself into by asking me to teach math. But I'm actually doing an okay job. So
Well, I
no,
think if you have to understand it yourself, then you know what it's like to have to understand it for the first time again. Do you know what I
mhm.
mean? It gives you
Yeah.
a perspective of teaching. Oh, my mum's a teacher as well, so I know, I understand how
I'm sorry.
stressful. My mum's a teacher as well, so I understand how stressful the job is.
It, well, thank you. I appreciate that. um, where are we here? Oh,
Is
okay.
that game?
Sukio is asking, is there any, is there, I'm sorry. Oh, is there any supernatural character from the past seasons that you, whoops, my screen just jumped because someone typed something. Excuse me, I guess scroll back up. No, 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 no. Okay, is there any supernatural character from the past seasons that you would love to work with?
Oh wow! I would like to work with Tim Omenson. I know he's not from the past. I know he's from, but I just met him
Mm,
briefly on set, and He's just a sparkling gentleman, and I'd love to work with him. I'm trying to think now. There's been some amazing guest stars on the show. There was a young girl. It was a kind of witchcraft episode. Probably that you guys will know more specifically what episode it was than me. And the girl, she was amazing. She maybe I would need to look up on IMDb to get the name of the episode and the girl. She was incredible, and that's some of the amazing young people who get on the show. And I'm pals with Catherine Newton as well. I know she's present, and probably if Rowena were to meet her, it would only be bad. But she's terrific as well. I don't know. I'm trying to think from the previous episodes. Obviously, everyone knows now tomorrow Bobby's back from the previews. So I mean, you go right back, can't you? And I know at the convention just there they had Sam and the guy who played the father.
I'm sorry? I'm sorry, it cut out a little bit at the
gentleman.
end of what you did.
At the last convention, I saw that on stage they had the mother and the father and Sam and Dean.
Yes, yes. They brought them in for
What's
that
that?
awkward family photo thing.
So what's the actor that plays the father? What's the actor that plays the father?
Jeffrey
Anyway.
Dean Morgan?
Yeah, I would love to work with him. I think he's really handsome.
I got a phone with him. I was like, forget you, Sense, and forget you, Jared. Ah! So,
I'm going to bed now. I'm blushing a little bit now.
Something.
He's lovely, isn't he?
Yes. We have a question from Julia who asks, do you wish you really had witch powers?
I do really have witch powers. What are you talking about? Next question.
Exactly. Julia.
We all do.
Show me? I love you, Julia. I'm joking.
I know. We all do. I think we all do. I'm into energy, and I believe there's things. I believe in an energy that we can't necessarily see, and I think we're more powerful than we realise. Now, that to me, that's what witchcraft is. With the research I'm doing, and I follow a witch on Facebook now. She's fantastic, and all the stuff she talks about is just working with nature, and I'm really into all that. I think we can all use our imaginations and become things and attain things. To me, that is magic.
Yeah, I'm a very strong believer in that as well. I believe that if you direct your intent and you can harness that energy and direct your intent, you can affect change. And that it's an earth-based belief. And it's just very refreshing to hear you talk about that.
I'm tuned. That's what I say. I'm tuned to the moon. I'm completely away. I feel like even the fact that I'm doing this show is just, to me, that is a piece of witchcraft in itself. The fact that this part even exists. It's just insane. I call it the Matrix, isn't it? It's the Matrix, the way that it all fits together. And just when things are going well, it's easy to see it and to be grateful for it. And when things are not going as well, it's harder to remember and to keep going. And that's why I love Jared's campaign as well. I'm waiting for my T-shirt arriving. The Always Keep Fighting campaign that he's doing. I think it's really important. And it's so cool that he's done that, and it's gone so well.
Okay, I'm scrolling down a little bit more because wow, we got some good things going on in here. Okay, someone would like to know how it is like working with Mark Sheppard.
How it is working with Mark Sheppard. Every day is different. He's I'm sure I'm not sharing anything that's not you know, I don't think I'm breaking any confidence. You know, he's obviously so happy just now. You can see it on Instagram and Twitter, and he's so happy just now. And so, you know, working. I wonder if you mean more practically what it's like, how it actually happened. But Mark, we just hit it off. Um, I don't know, I kind of tuned into him, and he tuned into me, and we kind of just. He knows that I'm really passionate about acting, and I think
Mhm.
he's a terrific actor. And we work together in scenes, and he knows Crowley. He really looks after his character, and he absolutely protects his character. And I, you know, you learn with working with different actors all the time. And yeah, I'm watching someone who's got years and years and years more experience than me, and I'm watching how he does it. And he takes his time, and he finds the moments, and yeah, it's hard to say how it is working with him because I'm just trying to learn, I suppose, from him. And I feel it's interesting. I didn't feel I felt nervous in front of the crew and the cast and everything else, and in front of him. But I never felt he never made me feel uncomfortable. Like I always felt because of my character as well, I've got to be able to match him. Otherwise, there's no jeopardy. There's no dynamic. So in a way, it kind of as a person, I think it made me cheekier on set and more forthright than I would normally be. Just to kind of match him for energy in some way. So I'm waffling. I don't really know quite how to describe what it's like working with him, but it's definitely he's a terrific actor, and when he really hits a moment, it's really perfect. And that's what you see on the screen. Those moments that you just can't take your eyes off of them. And yeah, it's been a fantastic learning experience for sure.
That's fantastic to have that kind of a relationship with someone that you have to work very closely with.
Yeah, I feel so comfortable with them, and I'll tell you a funny thing he said on tomorrow's episode. You'll see the scene that I'm talking about, and he went, "I've got an idea," and I went, we all looked at him, and he went, "Well, she's always saying it," because apparently I'm always like, because I'll have thought of a scene before, and I'll always be like, "I just thought maybe if I could do," and I just think. So Mark actually was taking the mic. He was like, "I've got an idea," and he did it, and it was a brilliant idea, and it was pretty funny. So he is cheeky as well, which I like.
Um, um, Mayfill or Maphill, again, apologies if I massacred your name. She wrote in, "It's hard to believe you're nervous because your performance is so solid," which is very sweet.
Okay, thank you. But it's. I think a lot of actors say this. Once your nerves completely go, it's weird. Like you've always got some kind of sense of, it gives you an energy in a way. But sometimes if I'm worried about it, I'm not quite sure, or I think I'm doing something quite bold. It still takes courage to do it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I did the big curtsy laugh, and I just in the rehearsal I was like, "Oh man, this could be really embarrassing. It could be really eggy. It could be really fall flat in its face." But I thought I have to try it. I did the big swooping curtsy, and the crew laughed. So then you go, okay, it's okay. So it still takes courage. But that probably says more about me as an actor. It takes courage because it's your creative idea and it's in your mind, and then it takes courage to share it and put it in front of a lot of people, and then they might go, "Oh, I don't like that," or "That's bad," or So it does take courage, I think, to be an actor. That's just my.
Absolutely, it does. You're bearing your, even though, I mean, what people don't understand is that, I mean, yes, you're up there and you're channeling a character basically, but that's pieces of you that you're exposing basically, and I have the utmost respect for people that can do that and do that without any apologies. They just get out there and do it, and that's exactly the kind of performance that you give us.
Off. I mean, it's brilliant to have the opportunity to do it and to be challenged and to be be bold. I suppose with Rowena, you have to see how far you can go, and you can go too far. But I trust the directors, and I trust the producers and the writers, and they can edit stuff out as well. I feel like there were, no, just let her do it. We'll edit it out. So they know what they're doing as well. So I suppose another way you're in safe hands. It's just your own personal pride that you've got to worry about.
Yeah, but you also do theater where you don't have an editor. You're out there and you do it.
Yeah, I think the difference with theatre is you work, you might rehearse for weeks and work and try stuff out. So you're going from a base place of a certain amount of certainty. It might not be everyone's taste, but you worked it through in front of people for directors and people for a while. And on TV, there's not very much rehearsal. You turn up, you can read it, and that's kind of what it is. You've got to be, it's got to be there.
Yeah.
So it's such a, I love it. It's so creative that I know some TV sets my friends work on. It's stand here, do this, and I feel like I have space in the supernatural to be creative because of the role and because of the way that they do it. The directors give you some space, and the other actors as well. I filmed something the other day, and I said, can I just do this? And yeah, Jared was like, yeah. Did you know mine? He was like, so.
That's awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you, what is your guilty pleasure? Chocolate. You do have a sweet tooth between the gummy bears, the bunny, and...
I know, it's actually at the point of I actually had hypnotherapy for it. I was like, I can't be eating this much chocolate. There's a psychological issue here. And
so I won't send you chocolate as a thank you. Okay.
I know. I mean, I'm like, I want it, but don't. So I try and buy good quality chocolate. I bought these for other people the other day. I had a bowl, and other people. I bought a big. Unfortunately, they didn't eat them, so I'm going to have to finish them. So that is my guilty pleasure. That, and I stay up late. That's my weird guilty pleasure. Stay up late for no reason.
But that's a good thing because you work, I imagine, extremely long days, and you need that twilight time to wind down and relax before you just conk out. That's what I do. I know that's precious.
Yeah. So, and the odd glass of wine, that's another guilty pleasure. I don't know how guilty I feel about any of them, really. So
you don't sound very guilty.
No, I don't sound very guilty at all.
What's your favorite quote?
Man, I used to have a book I used to write them all down in. There's one on my Facebook page. It's Goethe, which is "Be bold and mighty forces will come to your aid." It's probably, I don't know if it's my favourite. There's a big long quote, and you might know what it is. It's my favourite, and I used to have it beside my bed in London, and it says, "Nothing in the world can take place of persistence. And, nothing is more common in the world than men with potential that are unfulfilled. At the end of the day, determination, persistence is omnipotent." Do you recognise it? And
I don't.
I used to. I'll look up. I'll send. I used to have that sort beside my bed, and I really hold true to that. I think nothing in the world can. I think if that's I think if you keep going, if you try, at some point something's got to work out. I absolutely hold that to be very true. So I should probably know my favourite quote. I should probably know a bit better than I do. That would be if I could take one quote with me. That would be the quote. But I just can't quite. It's quite long as well. It's like 4 or 5 lines. I think the man, there's a big store chain in Britain called Marks and Spencer's, and the man who created that store, he used to carry it about with him
Mm-hmm.
in his breast pocket. Um, they're one of the most successful chains in Britain, so I do think there's something in it. What's your favorite quote? What's your favorite quote?
Oh, goodness. I'm not prepared for that one.
As you mentioned this, I didn't prepare it, but I also think treat others as you would yourself. I think that one is just like, that's it. That's life, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I mean, I don't know if I have a favorite quote, but um, I have a favorite philosophy, a philosophy that I try to hold myself to, and that is, never let fear hold you back from what you could accomplish. Um, I was talking to another vendor in Seattle this past weekend, and she was telling me about a book she had read, and one of the questions in this book asked, "What would you do if you were not afraid?" And she said, "Jody, I didn't even need to finish reading that book. I closed it, and I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do X, Y, Z, and she just took off with it. And the end result was she built a house. She literally built a house because of that one question in a book. And it was so inspiring to hear her, and I've been kind of living my life that way too. I've had, decades in an office job that was making me very unhappy. I had my jewelry on the side, and then there was a massive layoff, and that choice was taken away from me, and I knew within 2 hours of being laid off, I said, you know what? I'm not going to be afraid anymore of doing my jewelry and putting it out there to the world, and that's what I did. And I it's what carries me through every day, to just keep going out there and getting my stuff out there. And
fantastic, because it's so creative as well, and it's interesting to say that that choice was taken out of your hand. And I think sometimes in life, if you don't do it yourself, eventually at some point it will make you.
Yeah, exactly. It was the best favor that had ever been done for me. Fire me. And it worked.
Silver lining.
Yeah, exactly. A door did open. One door shut, another door did open. I'm sorry, is it Julia? Yeah, is Julia. She would like to know if the guys have ever pranked you.
Not that I'm aware of.
So it wasn't a good prank.
Yeah. Jensen did try to bite my finger.
Is it you had his gummy bears?
That was pre-gummy bear.
Oh.
I don't know if he knows about the gummy bears yet. I'm not going to mention it. I'll see if he brings it up. Yeah, so no, maybe I've gotten away lightly. I'm getting worried now.
Yeah, it's the silence that makes you nervous, right?
That's it.
You want to do a giveaway?
Yeah,
I think do a giveaway because we only have about 12 minutes left, and I want to give away the Guile of Rowena.
Gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to give this away to someone who has not won anything within the past 4 weeks. So if you've won in the past 4 weeks, you can't play. I love you, but you can't play. Mm-hmm. And the winner will win by answering this quote. You have to finish this quote, and it's my favorite Rowena quote ever. Mm. She says, "I'll not apologize for being a blank. The first person to type in the answer correctly, I'm a teacher, I check spelling, will be the winner of the Guile of Rowena."
It's beautiful. It's much bigger than I thought it was going to be.
It's everybody says that. Yeah, my stuff is really big, and some people complain about it. They're like, "That's a weapon." But Rowena is a big presence.
Oh yeah, yeah, and she wants to be seen for sure.
Yeah, so we'll see who can come up with the answer. The quote again is, "I'll not apologize for being a blank." Okay,
Yeah.
and Sukio. Sukio's got it already. Sukio, have you won? Why does your name sound familiar? Did you win at all, ever? Okay. I'm going to check you. I love you. No, you know what? I don't think you've won. No, you have not yet won. Okay, so yes, Sukio has won the Guile of Rowena. Sukio, I'm putting my email address in the chat window here. Please email me your information. Please put Rowena Ruth Connell in the subject line so I can make sure you get the right prize. Congratulations. And oh, and my best friend Chicky and Bean has just joined us. Shannon of Chicky and Bean. She makes amazing t-shirts. And she says, hey. She wants to say hey. Oh, you won 6 weeks ago, Sakio. Oh, you got in by the skin of your teeth, woman. You're lucky. I'm like, yeah, sounded familiar.
You need to change that role.
Oh, you can't the other way. Ah, you see? All right, so we've got our winner. Very exciting. Okay, and I have another question for you. Can you finish this line? All you need is what?
Well, love is the song, but
Yeah.
all you
If that's
need
your
is,
answer, that's cool.
I mean, let me think. All you need is witchcraft.
I'll take that. I'll take that. That's awesome. Oh, and Chicken Bean does have a question because she has family actually from Scotland. So she's asking, where in Scotland are you from?
Okay, so my dad has a farm in the middle of the green belt. The closest village is Bonnybridge, and the closest town is Falkirk. It's where my dad's farm is. It's actually the UFO capital of Europe, and it's literally in the middle of nowhere. So I was born in Falkirk, but I grew up on the farm near Bonnybridge.
Nice.
Usually when I go home, I'm in Edinburgh because my mum lives there now, and I spent a lot of time in Edinburgh, and my house is in London. I spend a lot of time in London. So I feel like I'm from all over, but really home is still Scotland, and I'm going to the farm in May, so can't wait to see all my family and all my nieces and nephews. And
So are you more of a? Oh, so they are still in the rural part of Scotland?
yeah, I mean they live close to there, but it's my dad's 70th birthday, and we'll all go and see him for his birthday, and that'll be nice. Uh, yeah, home's still home, home's still the first place, I think, isn't it?
Oh my God. Oh, well, thank you, Sukio. She's saying that the jewelry is beautiful. Thank you. And Shannon's also asking if you've seen UFOs.
No, but I know somebody who did.
Shannon, I don't know where you're going.
No, I know somebody who did.
Did you?
Yeah, and he's no longer with us. He was a little bit older than me. I had a neighbor on the farm, and it was like one house that was built near our house. And he was a teenager at the time, and he was quite a quiet person. He wasn't like a make stories up type person. And he came home one night and was like, "I've just seen a flying saucer," and we were like, "Oh, Craig, don't be that." And he was like, he absolutely maintained. He was really upset people wouldn't believe him. He absolutely was describing this thing he'd seen in the sky, and I don't know. Apparently there has been a few sightings. I've never seen one, but he really was convinced he had seen something. My dad says it's just him and my stepbrothers up on the hillside flashing their torches, but that's him being humorous. So.
Oh wow, that's something else. My father also has claimed he had seen a UFO back when he was a kid, but yeah, that was the 60s. So anyway. Actually, no, it was the 50s.
Happening in the 60s.
But
have there ever been UFOs on Supernatural? I wonder. Has there ever been?
I'm sorry?
Has there ever been UFOs on Supernatural?
Yeah, yeah. One of the earlier seasons. Well, actually, it wasn't a UFO. It was, but it wasn't a UFO. I think it was the fairy episode,
Okay, I need to watch that.
and it was under the guise. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh God. If someone can help me out with the title, the Fight the Fairies episode. If someone can help me out with the title of
Yeah,
that,
I'd
that
love to
would be
watch
great. So that
I've
Ruth
actually
can
got
look that one up. It's hilarious.
That would be cool. Oh, have I just lost you?
Yeah. No, nope. I'm here. Yeah, it's kind of the connection's a little wonky at the moment.
Yeah.
And yeah, Shannon's saying there was an episode. I know there were two. There was one where it was a bunch of people, spotting UFOs, but then it turned out to be a fairy episode. And then I think there was one with the trickster, and the trickster had given his just desserts whammy on someone with an anal probe alien experience.
Of course.
So, yeah. Tall tale. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it was different. Dean cooked a fairy in a microwave
Dean cooked a fairy in a microwave?
Oh!
That's terrible.
Yeah, he microwaved a fairy. He kind of like sexually assaulted it. Well, like he was staring at it and it got offended, I think, and because it was a naked lady. But someone came up with some songs for you.
Oh, cool.
Voodoo Woman and Black Magic Woman.
Okay.
I don't know those songs, but I will have to look them up. And now everybody's typing in clap your hands if you believe.
Clap your hands what?
Clap your hands if you believe.
Okay.
In fairies, I suppose.
Oh, that's nice.
Every time someone stops watching this live stream, a fairy dies. Remember that.
Yeah, that's funny.
So all of you out there, you have to keep watching or a fairy dies. Terrible. I'm just going to scroll back up and make sure that we've got all of our questions answered. I think we just have literally like 2 minutes left. So if anybody has any last minute questions you'd like to ask Ruth, now is your chance.
Who's that in the picture behind you?
And a bunch of Oh, my husband will love you forever. That's my husband dressed as Cyclops.
Oh, right. Oh, cool.
And and so you said James Morrison?
Yep.
Is that who you said?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, honey. Oh, he is going to flip. That's his intent.
Do you know who I think was situated at birth, though? It was James Marsden and Chris Pine. Are they not so similar? Do you think?
Oh, they are. They are very. Yeah.
I think James Marsden was there first. He's slightly more mature. Go for James.
Yeah. Yeah, but Chris Pine, I don't know. He
was brilliant in Into the Woods, wasn't he? He was amazing.
In which one? What was he in?
Into the Woods.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. You've seen it?
He's so funny in it. And Meryl Streep plays an amazing witch in it. She's incredible. But Chris Pine is funny. He can sing as well. He's really good.
Oh, I didn't know he could sing.
He's awesome.
I'd watch him read a box of cereal, so. But yeah, James Marsden too. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna tell my husband you just made his life.
Okay, cool. I'm glad.
Yeah. He's a little obsessed. As a matter of fact, he was so obsessed that he gave me this picture to bring with me to Vegas Con so that he could be in my photo op with me, and he wanted Jensen to insult him. So he had, I have it right here. Hold on, you've got to see this.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so This is what he did. Douche. He wanted Jason to point to it.
Very good. And did Jensen do it?
He did. He did. And yeah, it's. But my husband says, "Oh, I don't like the show. I don't like the show." Oh, of course you don't like the show. No, of course not. Hilarious. It was hilarious. Oh, he'll be so pleased. Wow. And we're getting a lot of thank yous from everybody. Oh, one more comment. Someone's saying you should get Shannon. She's saying you should get your own spin-off.
Yes. I think there would be. I mean, I'm not saying just because I'm playing Rowena, but like I think there is so much scope for a women's kind of female-driven spin-off. Do you know what I mean? Like to do with witchcraft or something. I mean, it seems to be so popular just now, the whole theme.
Oh yeah.
That would be cool. I don't know if that'll happen next season, but maybe the one after. Maybe there could be a spin-off.
That would be so cool. All right, well, we are actually at the end, and I just wanted to thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you took some time out of your very, very busy schedule to hang out with us in our hangout, in your first hangout. It was so amazing to speak with you.
Thank you. It's been fun. Thank you for everyone's questions and for tuning in. And I look forward to reading what you have to say about Inside Man. I can't wait to see your feedback.
Oh, we will. All of us are going to be seeing you on Twitter and tweeting away with everything. We're going to be glued to our seats tomorrow for Inside Man. Everybody out there, please hashtag Inside Man. Round up the troops. We're gonna watch tomorrow night, and
you can hashtag Rowena or Rowena Rocks as well if you want.
Rowena Rock is another very good hashtag. We're gonna get that one going too. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ruth. I really appreciate it. It was an absolute pleasure speaking with you.
Okay, and I'll probably see you soon. Maybe
I'll see you soon. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.